Hi friends, so today what we are going to do is we are going to draw a cactus. Okay, so let's see the supplies that we need. We need half a sheet of paper, we need crayons, we need watercolor. Because it's watercolor, we need some water. I have my pencil, eraser, and I also have my whiteboard to practice draw. If you have a Sharpie, you can use that, or you can use the black crayon. Okay, so first I'm going to show you some ways to draw some cactus. Okay, or let's start with the pots first. So I'm going to draw some options. You can choose one from this, or you can draw one of your own style. Okay, so this is one pot. The first one, when you start with a straight line, horizontal line, connect it with a U. Okay, and then maybe you can draw half a rectangle on the bottom. Okay, that is type 1. The next one, it's almost the same, but instead of this, we are going to add 2 legs to it, like 2 small squares. Okay, let's try out different. Another different one. So start with a rectangle. Draw a small line and connect it. You have another one, a third one. It can be just plain one like that. Maybe okay. Small one. Okay, I think these many are enough of pots. Let's try drawing a pot on the paper. So I'll be showing step by step. So choose one of those and then draw it on the paper. So the paper we are going to place in the portrait style, and then I'm going to put like my whole hand on the paper, and then where my pinky is, I'm going to draw a line. So that is going to be the top of my pot. So I'm going to draw all the way. I'm going to leave just only like maybe 2 finger space on either side. So this line should go all the way till here. This will go all the way till here. So choose one of the pots and then so you can just make, I didn't show this step. I showed you guys all the pots with legs. You can leave a pot this way also. This can be one more style. So there are 6 options. But I'm going to add legs to my pot. Because succulents or cactuses are a plant that doesn't like too much water. So if there are legs and then nice drainage, it can be well drained, right? Then, so we are done drawing the pot. I'm going to draw a horizon line here. Okay. At this time, you can decide how we are going to style your pot. You can add patterns to your pot, or I'm going to make some patterns. Okay, so let me show you some options to add patterns to your pot. So it can be just simple line like that all over. It can be circles all over the pot. Maybe I'm just creating some design. Okay, so like that, or maybe lines going this way like that. So inside the pot, if it's the pot, lines would go this way. Okay. Then maybe you can have designs like that. And one design, I'm going to do it on the paper directly. Checkerboard. So I'm just going to make this line, because to make it look like it's a rounded thing, I'm going to make it a curvy line. Okay, instead of straight lines, I'm going to make curvy lines. Okay. Again, the lines should be curvy. So I'm making parallel to this line. I'm going to turn now to this side. Now these lines are going to be parallel to this one. Okay, I think these lines are closer together. Maybe I have space to draw. Let me put this a little bit more closer. Yeah. So I have the checkerboard pattern. And then I'm going to, so the pot that what we're going to do is we're going to make it a black and white pot. So I'm just going to outline it with, let me get another black marker. So this one's not working. The reason why we are going to make this a black and white is because we want the focus to be the cactus. Okay, so that's the reason we are making this black and white. So just make it black and white. Don't make it a colorful pot. So that's the idea behind this. I'm going to outline everything. We are going step by step. So this is, let's finish the pot and then we'll move on to the cactus and the rest of the background. Okay. This marker is also drying out. I need to go find another one. I don't know. I don't have time for that right now. So let's use this big marker. I'm going to use this big one and then I'm going to get the checkerboard look. So those patterns that I showed earlier, what you're going to do is you're going to choose any one from that, and then you are going to make the patterns with just the black marker. Okay, so you keep doing what you're doing right now, and let me continue with what I am doing right now. So You can either fast forward and get to the next, but you need to finish your work. So let's keep company. So cactus is a type of succulent, right? So what is special about a cactus? I guess you guys know what is special about cactus. Cactus, what they do is they store water in their leaves, the stem, if it is a succulent, other type of, not this type of cactus that we're drawing. It also can store water in the roots. Because of this characteristics of this plant, it can survive without water for a very long time. Isn't it cool? So it is like good plant to have or grow in a place where there is less water, especially like in California right now. We are having water shortage, right? So if you are planning to have a garden, start a garden, the best plant that you can choose is this plant. In my garden I have like, I think I have around 10 different varieties of succulents. Most of my plants, I'm trying to have plants that are more drought tolerant. I do have some flowering plants. Like I'm like planning not to buy more plants that require more water. So this cactus can go without water for a year, it seems. So maybe I should have more such plants that can go without water for a longer period. Okay, so this part is done. Maybe you can either leave this thing just like that, or maybe you can draw a design inside this, like something like that. So because I started with one, I need to do this on all, right? Okay. Or you could have done some other pattern also inside. Why did I choose this? This is taking a lot of tough time. Sometimes do you feel that, like you see something and you decide to, oh, that's a cool pattern or something, and then you decide to do that, and then it is like, it will take a lot of time and it's like a little bit complicated. That is what is happening to me right now. I'm like wondering, why did I choose this particular one? Why did I use a less complicated one that I can do even with my eyes closed? I think I liked it when I made this design on the thing. Okay, so the pot part is done. Now let's focus on what are the cactuses, different cactus that you can put inside the pot. So this first one, it can be, you can draw, and you see cactus this way. Okay, it's like and then you can draw the flower on it if you want. And this one type. Okay, type 2, like a prickly pear. Oh, this one also you need to add the thorns. This maybe you can do the same thing. Okay, this also you can add a flower like that. That is another kind. So this is like more rounded. This is like a little bit more taller. Let's try out another kind, which is like a leaf kind of. It's like it's a succulent. So maybe you can put some of this in between. It's like is it agave plant? Okay, just leaves. The next one, the usual one that we all see. So it's like a tall U, upside down U, and then backwards L, right side L, like that. And just like that. On this also you can add some flowers. Okay, so let me try one more type. This is like another kind of flower. Okay, so let me see if I okay, so we have a few types. You can just try out whichever one that you want. Okay, now let's draw one on the paper. So I'm going to take, you can have a variety of this or you can just have one type. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm going to draw with the pencil first. So what we're going to do is you can make variety by adding different size ones, or you can go for different type of cactus also. Let me overlap one more. So you can add depth by overlapping stuff, right? Okay. Okay, so once you are done outlining everything, you can go ahead, take the marker, outline that. Okay, so I'm not adding all the lines details right now. I'm going to do that with crayons also. Okay, so maybe this one, I don't want it to be exactly like this one. Maybe I'll turn this into okay, this is a prickly pear. Okay, so now this one, trying to make each of these look different, show variety. Okay, so this one, I should have so each one of this looks different. Some spikes. Okay, so that part is done. If you used pencil, we can erase it off, erase the pencil lines. Now I'm going to take the crayons. So I'm going to take all different greens that I can find and yellow. This is a blue green, so I'm taking that also. this, in some areas on this prickly pear, I'm just putting light green lightly. Okay, I didn't color the whole thing completely, just some part. This here, where I made the thorns or the spiky things, I'm just going over that with the light green. I'm making it a little, I'm pressing hard so that those lines show up. Inside this, I'm going to make lines with blue-green. Then slightly color some areas. Okay, maybe I should have done this. Okay, now I'm going to take yellow and put in this one. Not completely, but some parts. Okay, because the only green that we have in the watercolor is just one green. But then if you use the same green for all this, all the different types of cacti are going to look this, have the same color. So that's why we are adding different greens inside. So that way it will look different. It will have unity and variety at the same time in coloring also, even when we use the same color. So this one I'm going to use a bit of this dark green also. Okay, so I'm stopping with this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color the flowers. So the flowers, each cacti I'm going to give a different color. Maybe orange for this one. Red. This one, let me use purple. I'll add some pinkish purple because I realized I'm planning to put purple for the background. So okay, so we have this one is green on the bottom. We have the flowers also colored. Now let's start painting with the watercolor. So what I'm going to do is, what happened to you, Mr. Watercolor? Why are you stuck there? Okay. So I have taken out the color. Now I'm going to put a drop of water in green, 2 drops, and then I'm going to use purple and blue for the background. So I'm going to make both those colors, and brown for the table. Okay, so these are the colors that I'm going to use. I'm going to start with green. So I'm going to tickle my green. I'm going to use the green to color the succulents and the cacti. So now the next one, I'm going to swirl more in green. So the more I swirl, what's going to happen is the color is going to be darker than this one. Is it darker than the first one? I don't know. It's the only place where there is no crayon will take the color. See that? I'm going to swirl a little bit more, and then I'm going to put in this one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swirl. I haven't washed my brush, but I'm going to take a little bit of blue along with my green, and I'm going to paint here. See that your brush is on the tippy toes. Okay, in case if anything is bleeding to the next one, you can take a paper towel and wipe it. Okay, I'm going to now color this one. This one is not going to take that much of green because I think I colored more of that with what is it called, with the crayon. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to wash my brush, and then now I'm going to swirl in purple, not in blue but in purple. I'm going to start from the top. So as I come down, I'm taking, I'm going to make it like it's darker on top and it gets lighter as you come down. So I'm just dipping in water. Okay, the colors haven't dried that much. So see, it is coming to the outside. So you can either wait for it to dry a bit, wait for the cactus to dry, or you can take a paper towel. Let me go grab a paper towel. So I have my paper towel. What I'm going to do is, wherever there is that green paint pooling, I'm going to lift off the excess paint. See? This paint pooling, and it is going to bleed to the background. So I just took off the excess. Now I think we can safely paint. So my brush is almost dry, so I don't want it to be too purpley. So what I did was I dipped in the paint and then I dipped in the water. Usually we dip in the water and then dip in the paint, right, to make it light. Paint and then still it is too dark here. So maybe I'm going to switch the color. I'm going to take blue. So in between spaces. I don't want it to be this dark blue, so I'm just going to spread, just dip it in water, spread this upwards, just the water. Okay, don't do it a lot. What's going to happen is it's going to tear your paper. I want it to blend, that's why I'm dipping in water and moving upwards. So see how it blended here, the purple and the blue. So here I'm going to just dip in a little bit of purple, and then to get a nice even blend. So we have the background done. If you want, you can take a paper towel and do this, so that way the background color is not that bright. See, so it lifted off some color and it is now a light color, and that way your cactus shows better. Okay, if any part of the cactus is light and you want to make it dark, you can go ahead, put a little bit of more of green there. If you think you lifted off more, just add a little bit more. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brown and color the ground. So water, wash your brush, and then you are going to go along the line. Make your brush stand on the tippy toes. I made a fence. Now it's safe for me to color. Water paint. And then we are done. There is a spot that I missed here. So after you're done, wash your brush in water, make it sweep. It's like sweeping the floor. Wash it well and leave it on the side and let this palette dry before you close. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then once it dries, I can display it wherever I want. You can take a picture and then upload to Clever or Caesar, whatever your class use, and I would also like to see how it turned out, so you can also email me your finished work. Okay, so till we meet next time, bye bye.